as they looked down into a pair of deep brown eyes. "My God, it's a baby." "Yes, another one," Sunday sighed, for this wasn't the first infant they had found abandoned on the steps of Treetops Children's Home. "But we ain't got room for any more, Mum," Emily fretted. "Oh, I have a feeling we could fit just one more little one in," Tom told her, noting the dreamy look on his wife's face. Sunday was busy crooning to the baby and drinking in the sight of the dear little bundle in her arms. "Run up and fetch Sissy from the nursery for me, would you, Emily? I dare say this little boy or girl will want feeding before very much longer." The young lass scuttled away, and it was then that Tom noticed the edge of a large brown envelope protruding from the blanket. He plucked it free, noting that it looked to be very good quality stationery, and, as Sunday looked on, he tore it open and removed a single sheet of paper. "What does it say?" she asked, so Tom obligingly began to read aloud. "To whom it may concern, it has been brought to my attention that you provide a safe and wholesome refuge for babies and children who are unable to live with their own families. I applaud you for this, and with regret have to ask you most earnestly if you would do the same for this child. She was born yesterday, and her name is Catherine. You will find a sum of money within the envelope that is intended to provide her with all she needs for the near future. Please rest assured that there will be more to follow at regular intervals. With sincere thanks and kind regards." Tom then rummaged in the envelope and produced a wad of banknotes that made both his and his wife's eyes bulge. "So it's a little girl. I shall call her Kitty," Sunday breathed as her eyes returned to the perfect little face. She was easily the most beautiful baby she had ever seen, and a mass of dark hair lay about her head like a tiny halo. At that moment, Emily came clattering down the stairs, closely followed by Sissy Jenkins, who was in charge of the baby's nursery. Sissy was heavily pregnant with her third child and was huffing and puffing by the time she reached them. "Not another one." She shook her head resignedly. "Oh, well, it's only a little scrap of a thing. I dare say it can sleep at the bottom of one of the other baby's cots till I get my George to fit an extra one into the nursery. That's if, and I presume you are letting it stay." Sunday gave her a guilty grin. "Yes, we can't turn her away. It's a little girl, and her name is Catherine, but we're going to call her Kitty." Well, that's a nice straightforward enough sort of name," Sissy said approvingly. Then, leaning over, she remarked, "Lordy, but she's a pretty little thing, ain't she?" "She certainly is. She was born yesterday, wasn't she? And what is it they say? Monday's child is fair of face." With that, Sissy took the child from Sunday's arms and headed back to the nursery with her. "I'll be up to help you just as soon as dinner is over," Sunday called out. "Take your time," Sissy answered, and Sunday watched her climb the stairs until she and the precious new addition to Treetops Children's Home were out of sight. Once in the dining room, Sunday found that she had quite lost her appetite, and Lavinia and Tom exchanged an amused glance. Knowing her as they did, they were both aware that she was longing to get her hands on the baby again. "Now come along and eat something, darling," her mother urged. "You'll be up in the nursery soon enough." Sunday flushed and dutifully lifted her knife and fork. Despite the fact that she and her mother had been unaware of each other's existence for the first 16 years of her life, they were as close as could be now. And sometimes Sunday was sure that her mother could read her like a book. "Sorry, I was just thinking of the newest edition," she said. "I'm sure you were, dear, but Sissy is more than capable." Knowing that she was right, Sunday forced herself to eat some of the food on her plate, but her eyes kept straying to the ceiling. "Judging by the quality of the blanket the baby was wrapped in and the amount of money that was left to pay for her keep, I wouldn't mind betting she's of good stock," Tom commented as he lifted a forkful of tender roast beef to his mouth. Nothing ever seemed to put Tom off his food. "I wouldn't mind betting that wad amounts to more than we get from our sponsor."